Chief Executive Officer of the National Housing Enterprise, at the same time also being the Chairperson of the National Housing Policy, a committee that was tasked to look into the whole issue of housing delivery in Namibia. Unfortunately, my tenure as the chairperson of that particular committee was disrupted in a cabinet meeting where yeah, it might have been there, where the Minister of Local Government and Housing that time, Honorable Kapanda, invited me to go and do a presentation, a thorough presentation on housing delivery, especially for the low-income brackets of the Namibian population. When I got there, the entire cabinet was not interested in listening to the policy. The first question that was asked by the chairperson, who was the founding father, was, I must explain why NHE is building matchboxes for our people. And I responded by saying, well, that is exactly the reason why I'm here. I'm trying to put up a policy in place to make sure that we address those issues. A 45-minute presentation ended in 5 minutes. And I was thrown out of the cabinet simply because I was not talking the language that the people in cabinet wanted to hear. Now, Honorable Speaker, we talk about a housing backlog because you cannot delink housing from land. And I'm hearing people, there was an honorable member up there, talking about a lot of achievements in terms of housing delivery and land delivery and what have you. But the Deputy Minister of Local Government was here the other day, and I posed a question to him to say, what is our housing backlog to date? I know for a fact it's a moving target. He cited a figure of 300,000 as the backlog. 300,000. Now, I think the executive or the SWAPO government, for that matter, there are two things that are either or. And Honorable Tony spoke about they plan. 24/7. I want to make a blunt statement. One.
No, order, please.
Either you plan to fail, or you fail to plan. One of the two. You fail to plan, or you plan to fail. And I'm saying this because the issues that the nation the problem that we are facing as a nation, it looks like to you has been, or the better part has been resolved. But the people are still crying for land. People are still crying for better housing. But it looks like from your side you feel as if you have achieved quite a significant number and you have delivered on that score. Now, Honorable Speaker, I agree with Honorable Tony that before independence, people were prevented from coming to urban centers and what have you. Yes. I agree with that. Listen. That is exactly why I'm telling you that you fail to plan or you plan to fail. Because that should have been known to you from the word go. The moment you take over government, you said, we're going to do away with passes. The people will move free. Obviously, that is a known factor to you. And that is around that you have to plan. That is why I'm saying you failed to plan. Because if you knew that, you would have made a contingency plans on how to address that particular issue that is facing you. But you failed.
You were busy with Boroma.
So,
Can you wait for the light?
Honorable Kavekotora, I'm extremely pleased that you acknowledge the fact that we have a backlog. But what is the cause of that backlog? We are starting to reason now. It's starting to come into our minds that these things it's not the fault of the SWAPO party and the SWAPO party government. Everybody, can you imagine Windhoek locked like a city of 5,000 people? When I was growing up here in Windhoek, when I was walking in the streets, you hardly see a black person. They were locked in the reserves, all over. Suddenly, after independence, we are all converging here. What do you expect to achieve?
Thank you, thank you.
We will continue to plan.
Thank you.
Honorable Tony Nuyoma, there's one thing that you must understand. When you take over government, you take the good, the bad, and the terrible. Let me tell you. So if you are saying 30 years down the line, you're still trying to blame somebody else, then you don't deserve to be a government. Simply don't. Because, and there's another lesson that you must learn. The moment you have a reason to blame somebody else, you do nothing.
Yeah, you just blame.
Because you're blaming somebody. You find a reason why you should not do anything because you're blaming somebody else. Yes. Get out of that attitude if you want to be successful.
Thank you. Okay. Order. Let's continue.
The mushrooming of people into, the flocking of people into urban centers is a known fact. Yes. And there are reasons for that. Yes. Because of the fact that you failed to plan, you did not anticipate, even from an economic perspective, you did not diversify the economy to keep people from where they're coming from. This is a planning tool. You could have done it. You did not do it. Honorable Speaker, making laws. Honorable Nuyoma again spoke about a law that has already been promulgated. But how many times should we tell you that making law is a different item from the implementation of those laws? Because the moment you make laws, you don't implement them, you are still at square zero. Just understand that. It's simple. Now, Honorable Speaker, I believe that there were a number of issues that, and I think with the attitude of Honorable Nuyoma, there will be no proactive planning from that side. You will not proactively plan, and the backlog will still continue. So I still maintain, Honorable Speaker, that let us acknowledge the fact that the SWAPO-led government, as you rightly pronounced itself, have failed to do the basic things. Maybe you succeeded in things like fish rot and all the other things, but you have failed to do the basic things. There is a call from the nation for you to come back and do the basic. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Maharukwa.